Well, we're going to turn now to financial influencers who are now being targeted by scammers. We're learning that the scammers have been targeting the followers of the influencers by creating fake profiles with their names, photos, and videos and sending direct messages, DMs, to their followers.
The fake pages often involve a slight misspelling of the influencer's name, or they give a false pretense that this is a backup page of the influencer. And one of the most popular scams involves soliciting the influencer's followers into sending money for cryptocurrencies, bitcoins, and other types of investments. Yes? Journalist and CEO of Kalilah Reynolds Media, Kalilah Reynolds, and YouTuber Demetrius Fairman have both been victims of this in recent times. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have Kalilah Reynolds and YouTuber Demetrius Fairman with us to discuss.
Is that correct, Mr. Fairman?
Yes, that's correct. That's Demetrius.
Demetrius. Okay,
Yes.
good. So, Kalilah?
Yes. Hi, Cliff.
Hi.
Is it Saeed?
Yes,
Saeed.
Kalilah, Saeed.
Saeed, and hi, good evening to your listeners.
So tell me, what have they been doing to you and Demetrius?
Oh my goodness, what they have been doing is just reprehensible. So, as you said in your intro, what they do is that they create a fake page and it looks a lot like our real pages. So, they take our profile picture, they take our name, the entire bio looks almost identical to our real page. They even take videos and images and anything that we post on our pages and repost it on their pages. So, at a glance, it looks like our pages. And then they find our followers. They use that page now, go to our followers and send them a DM telling them that they should invest in some cryptocurrency or some stocks or some type of investment thing. And some of our followers fall for it because these are things that we do talk about. Although I will never solicit money from you in this way, everything I do is through my website. But some people have fallen for the scam and sent money to these people, and then they think it's us. So they use our hard-earned reputation, the fact that they trust us, and target people who are following us and who they know have an interest in this type of thing, and it's just a complete scam.
So how did you find out that they were doing this, using your pages, your image?
Well, my followers started sending it to me. So they would send me screenshots and they would ask me, is this you? Do you have a backup page? I'm like, I don't have any backup page. Well, I only have the one page. And they would send me screenshots of the DMs that the other pages are sending them. And I'm like, that's not me. That's how I found out, because they've gotten very smart, Cliff. What they do now is after they create the page, they will block me from seeing that page so that I cannot report the page. So if I type in the page right now on my phone, it's not going to show up for me. But if you type it in, Cliff Hughes, under your account, it will show up for you, because they've blocked me so that I can't report it to Instagram and TikTok. They've even done it on Twitter.
So, Kalilah, I have to ask, I mean, from my legal background at least, has anyone been scammed successfully using, I guess,
This fake page?
this fake page?
Well, Demetrius can tell you about that.
Demetrius?
Well, I recently did an interview with another television station, and somebody commented on that post and said, Mr. Fairman, I'm still waiting on my money.
Oh.
So that seemed like it was a successful
So
scam on
Demetrius,
their part.
I have to ask, did they threaten for any legal action? Because I would imagine, some people would think that this is actually you, and so they'd threaten with legal action.
Well, it hasn't got to that point as yet, because the person only sent one message, and I haven't heard anything following up on that so far. But it could, because it's the same thing that's been happening in the U.S., and people have taken legal actions against YouTubers and influencers about this manner of scamming.
So, Demetrius, just remind me, what kind, you're a financial influencer, yes? So you talk about these Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and all of that?
Yes, that's what I talk about. So my thing is personal finance.
So how does this affect your brand, tangibly at least?
It could affect, what do you call it now? It could affect like future endeavors that I would want to go into, because I'm a growing channel And I would like to get to heights like Kalilah Reynolds and for my channel to be branded and sponsored. But if sponsors see this now, then that means that they may lose some trust in my brand. And also my followers would maybe unfollow me because they think I'm stealing from them.
And Kalilah, you have had people who are asking you who have been scammed and now saying, they thought.
No, I haven't had anybody tell me that directly, but that's why we are here, because we want to warn people. Clearly, it must be working, even though nobody's told me that they've been scammed. It could be a case where people are too embarrassed to admit that they've been scammed. Nobody has approached me how they've approached Demetrius, but we want people to know that they need to be aware that this is going on. It must be working, because why would they keep at it for so long? It's been months that they've been doing this, and it's really intensified over the past 2 months. So like since June, there've just been dozens of fake pages created, and I don't think they'd put so much effort into it if it hasn't reached some level of success and some people have actually sent them money.
So let me ask you, are you talking about one scammer, one instance, or several?
I don't know if it's one person behind the multiple pages, but it's a lot of pages, Cliff.
Wow.
When I tell you dozens of pages, it's dozens of pages. And it's like the minute you report them, and sometimes Instagram takes them down, within hours, another page is back up. So I really don't know if it's one individual or multiple individuals. If it's one, that person has a lot of time on their hands because they're doing the most.
That's what I wanted to get to, Kalilah, because for someone of your esteem, a media entity within your own right, there is no, means of verification for your pages, perhaps? Is it that Instagram does not allow an avenue for you, and so you fall prey to these instances?
Well, that is one of the bones of contention that I have, because I've applied multiple times to Instagram for verification and they keep denying me. I don't know why, because I've done all the research on how to get verified, what you need to have in place, and I've done all of that. And every time I apply, they say I don't meet the criteria for verification. I don't know if it's that they don't take Caribbean influencers as seriously as those in, more developed countries. But yes, you are right. Having that blue tick would be a way to help people identify which accounts are legitimate and which accounts are fake, which is the whole reason they invented the blue tick in the very first place. I haven't been able to be verified, and I don't know why.
Kalilah, I just want to be clear for the record, yes? In your mind, you would qualify. You've met the criteria, but you're still being denied.
Yeah.
Demetrius, is that the same for you?
Well, I'm not sure of the criteria to have a blue tick or a verification badge. I haven't went through the process as yet, because I'm saying that my channel isn't that big. Nobody would want to impersonate me to scam people. But
well, you must think differently now.
Yeah, it's very huge, because even yesterday it was like 3 pages. 3 pages that as soon as I reported one, another one came up with just a slight misspelling. And each time it was just a slight misspelling. People even sent money, and some people were going to send money, and they thought to themselves, no, this doesn't sound like the Demetrius I see on YouTube.
Oh. So let me ask you,
That's the same response I've gotten. So people have sent me screenshots and said, wait, Kalilah, is this you? Because I'm considering doing this, but something just seems a little bit off. Let me check with you first.
How can people identify? What clues can they look for to say, listen, this is a fake page?
Well, the biggest thing they could look for is the dates when the posts were made on the Instagram page. Because a page that I took down yesterday, they had more followers than me, but all those posts were made within a day. And I have like 80-something posts, and they made all those posts within a day. So that's one thing they could look out for, the time. They could also look out for the amount of followers. And they can also look on the display picture, because they don't have the original, so the display would have like a dark halo around the photo. So that's like a giveaway to see that this website or this picture is fake.
Another red flag is just the name, because if my handle is at Kalilah Ray with an REY, but what they will do is they'll change one letter, because you can't have 2 of the same Instagram names or 2 of the same TikTok names. So they'll change, like, put Kalilah Ray with RAY, or they'll mix up the L and the I in Kalilah, or something that might be kind of hard to spot at a glance. So you can take a good look at the name. There will be some kind of clue. Some of them claim to be backup pages. I have no backup pages. So that's definitely a red flag. Like Dimitri said, the dates when the posts went up, the number of posts can be a red flag, because I have thousands of posts on my page. Most of the fake profiles in my name have only a few. Some of them have no post at all. Some have one or two. Some may have like that first page, that first grid, like 9 posts or so, but when you scroll down, realize there's nothing there. That's definitely a dead giveaway.
Yes, and as it relates to Demetrius,
Yes.
what can you do during your presentations or your podcast or whenever you're broadcasting your content? Yes, do you announce then that I never solicit funds? So if you get a message, that is not me. Do you do things like that as well?
Yes, I give a disclaimer in my videos, and I also give a disclaimer in the comment section of my videos to tell people that I will never charge for any services, and I don't give advice, because my channel isn't about giving advice. It's about like real life investing. I only show what I do, and I only show my experiences and my journey. So I will never give anybody any advice or charge them for profits that seem too unrealistic. Like, I'll never charge for profits like that.
Kalilah, just want to wrap up with you here. Any advice that you can give from your perspective to other influencers who might have experienced some inconvenience from these scammers? What can they do within their own right now to perhaps safeguard and protect their followers and themselves?
A couple of things you can try, and I've been trying. It hasn't been extremely successful, but I think that if we continue being vigilant, it may reap some success. One, you can try reporting it to the police, the cybercrimes unit. I've done that, waiting to hear back from them. Two, you can report whenever you see these pages come up, report them as fake pages, as somebody trying to impersonate you, and encourage your followers to report these pages as well. I've done that. And three, just be vigilant on your own page. Keep monitoring, because sometimes they target people in the comments as well. So that's how they started. Now they're in the DMs where we can't see them, but sometimes they also go in your comments. So you have to be vigilant, monitor your comments, delete those people who are doing that, block them, and report those pages.
Thank you so much, Kalilah Reynolds, the journalist and CEO of Kalilah Reynolds Media Limited, and YouTuber Demetrius Fairman. Thank you, lady and gentleman.